Hey, good morning, everybody. Old Man Winter here, and yeah, we're defrosting here this morning before we get underway, and I don't know, 6:35. I want to apologize for not posting on Tuesday. Just had a little bit too much to deal with as far as the pools, and if I don't do the pools right, then there's no need for me to have a channel. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I'm stoked. It's the first milestone, and I'm putting as much work into this channel almost as I do my business. So anyway, it's a pleasure to serve you. Let's defrost and get underway. Okay, you guys, how's it going? Here we are, stop one on Thursday. Pool's running. Doesn't sound like our pump is primed. Hayward Aquanaut 400 not working, but the pump is running. Okay, well, I can already see what happened here. It's in spa mode. It's in spa mode. That's the only reason. So we probably just had some. Yeah, we're in spa mode. Well, that is one of the things that you have to deal with as a pool man. Would I put that into the category of sabotage? Yeah, I would. You know, when you as a pool owner, and this isn't a message to this homeowner per se, I love you, but this is, you know, this is your pool, and see, now look, we're getting our spillway, not spill over. The spillway is coming to life. Hayward Aquanaut 450 is coming to life. You know, one of the reasons that, if you've been watching, you've noticed that this cleaner will sometimes get stuck on the main drain there. And the reason for that is I need to change the wheels. That very small height on the wheels that will wear away with a pedal finish. They're rubber wheels, right? So they're gonna wear away with this kind of rough surface. You know, it's not sandpaper, but it's close, and they will rub down. So that little bit of tire height actually makes all the difference in the ability for the cleaner to either go over. Look at this, he's going right towards it right now. Maybe we might get to see it. No, he's gonna miss it, but that's the point, is that tire height is just enough. And so anyway, let's see what this pool is doing chemically speaking here. Look at this water, it's just absolutely crystal clear. Yeah. Okay, let's take our chemicals here. Yeah, this water is so nice, crystal clear. So anyway, plenty of chemicals for our winter pool. That's looking like, you know, a 3. And for a winter pool, you wouldn't want that over, like, you know, it's actually kind of high. So we're going through a cold snap here in San Diego County. I know I added a tab here last week. Let's see how that is doing. Yeah, so that tab is still got plenty of life in it. Let's let it ride for the week here, okay? So now let's clean it up and brush it up, and we'll move on to stop 2. Okay, so, you know, when I do a vlog here and I start out the day, I have no really idea on what the subject is going to be. And that's what I love doing it for. So you never know what's gonna happen. That's not always good, it's not always bad, but yeah. So when I got here, the pool was in spa mode, but the heater was not running. So, you know, not a really big deal, but and they have no Pool RX here yet, but we're just a couple weeks out of a filter clean, and doing this thing here with one hand, I don't do that. So I'm gonna finish and clean up and I'll come right back. Okay, so we are out of here. I don't know if you remembered, I said I was gonna add a weir gate to this thing, and to date I still have not been able to find one that fits, but this pool is crystal clear and we're moving on. You know, when you get old, it sometimes it takes a little while to get the blood flowing, and today is no exception. Let me grab this stuff and let's go in the back and take our chems here at stop number 2 on Thursday. Okay, you know, I've talked about being kind of like a duck. I don't like to get mud on my butt or my feet. Anyway, that is there's no avoiding that today. You know, my putting green is not completed here, and this is definitely going to make my feet dirty. So and there's no other way to approach here. They obviously pulled up all of the turf here. So let me see what's in the pump basket. We'll try to do as much as we can before we clean it up. But one time on the pool deck today, one time. We're not going to get our feet dirty and muddy this thing up. Okay, let's take our chems here, and you know, this is one of the subjects that I've spoke to about this pool is you know, it's a really wonderful pool, but it just has to be programmed properly. And when I got here, this water was always very stale. So I have put 2 different spillway programs here. When it wakes up, when the pool wakes up at 9 in the morning, and then also from 2 to 3, or maybe I have it from 3 to 4, but you know, once in the morning, once in the evening, or once in the afternoon. And the reason to this is that when I was getting here, I was taking some of these readings, and once again, this is not going to spill over or spill away in opposition to spill over. This is not going to spill away until I tell it to, and actually give the program. Oh my God, we're super over chlorinated. But anyway, I'm not going to be touching anything. The pH is absolutely right on. We have alkalinity and we're low on CYA, but that's fine. We obviously have tons of chlorination. So, and this is at, well, it says like about between 3,500 and 3,450 parts per million, and you know, that's plenty to make chlorine in this Jandy pool. It's got that aqua pure, and you know, the longer time goes on, it's kind of a dogfight on which salt cell is better, the Pentair or the aqua pure from Jandy. I'm not really sure, but either way, this pool stays really clean due to our Hayward Aquanaut 450. Yeah, the 4-wheel drive version is the way to go. It's very stable. I never come and find that thing upside down. But anyway, I'm gonna brush it, and I would net something if there was something to net out. But anyway, I'm gonna do my thing, and then we're gonna move on to stop 3. Okay, so I've emptied our pump basket here, and we're priming up. It's like 7:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna put it in timeout, and I'm gonna leave it run. Yeah, I definitely use timeout to as much as I possibly can. Not to say that I want to use more energy or increase the operating costs of the homeowner, but yeah, I definitely want this pool to circulate. I don't really know what's been happening. Sometimes this is one of those pools that get turned off and it just doesn't run for a couple days. So I'm going to use timeout, make sure that thing runs, and let's get over there. I hope I don't track too much dirt, but let's clean it up. Let's clean it up and move on, okay? Okay, we are out of here. This pool cleans up so wonderfully and easily. It is totally over chlorinated at this time, and I am gonna make sure that the salt cell is turned completely down to 0, and we won't be adding any chemicals here probably till April. Okay, so we're here at stop 3 on Thursday. This pool only stays pretty clean. We got our Hayward Navigator. That thing's a decade old if it's a day. Does pretty good. Doesn't always climb the hill every loop of the pool, but hey, it's doing its job here. And look at this water. I'm like I think I'm probably more like 4 months out of a filter clean, and look at that crystal clear water. We are getting pretty close to another filter clean, but this pool does not get hardly any use with human beings. Maybe there's a little dog swimming. Not at this time of the year. Water's like 52 degrees. It was 34 degrees at my house in Harmony Grove. We don't see temperatures like that a whole lot. And so what does that mean? It means our salt cells won't be producing any chlorine. By the same token, we don't need real high chlorine levels. Speaking of chlorine levels, let's take our chems. Okay, so here we are. Let's get our chems here in the deep end. Yeah, it's got tons and tons of chlorine for this pool. Plenty. So once again, this is our total age, our total hardness of the pool. This is our total chlorine, our free chlorine, our pH, our alkalinity, and lastly our cyanuric acid. Cyanuric is really high because of course we sanitized this pool with 3-inch chlorinating tablets, and I haven't added, well, I added some liquid I think over in this area a couple weeks ago, but yeah, pretty thrifty pool. Let's clean it up and move on. Okay, this pool cleans up real nice. Look at that water. It is gorgeous. I missed a little something right there, but yeah, water's looking good. We are right on the doorstep of another filter clean. You know, somebody asked about adding cyanuric acid the other day, and it's just not something I do per se. I regulate my pool's chlorine level, and when needed, when the pool needs cyanuric and chlorine, that's when I add the tab, and I add it to the skimmer instead of the floater, just because every day that happens, it's just going to add the cyanuric. Instead of taking a week to do so, it's going to do it in like 3 days. Oh, look, there's a kitty cat there. Anyway, gonna hit the pump basket real quick here and move on. You know, I told you before that the angry Poolman married well, and that is, if there was ever a true statement, that one is it. So Mrs. Angry Poolman made some cinnamon buns, and we're gonna leave it for our customer here. It's just something we do. How cool is that? So I gave the cinnamon buns, and I got something in return, a cup of energy and love made by my homeowner here. This is a bunch of nuts and brown sugar and coconut and everything. I'm gonna power this down, and I'm gonna have energy all day. Oh my God. Holy moly, that was good. Okay, big fatty time. It's right before 9, so the pool is not running. Excuse me while I'm chewing. Yeah, this pool looks beautiful. It's like the tale of two pools here. Actually, really three, because this is like the size of one pool here, and then this is kind of the size of two pools here. Anyway, man, that was good. Had chocolate, walnuts, almonds. Woo! Thank you, Julie. Anyway, this pool, I mean, it looks great. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. I hear a homeowner. Okay, let's take our chems here. Yeah, we got a lot of dust in this pool today. Santa Ana winds. The struggle is real. Okay, yeah, and this pool has plenty of ORP. I actually like to keep a little higher. I like to keep a little higher chlorine in this pool because, I mean, with such a big body of water, if I just let this thing go and it has no oxidizer in it, then yeah, that's bad. Anyway, let's I'm gonna add nothing. Once again, we have good chlorine, perfect pH, our alkalinity is great, and our cyanuric is perfect, even though we chlorinate with tabs, sometimes with 3-inch chlorinating tabs. Do I have chocolate on my face? Anyway, yeah, that was really good. I could use about 14 more of those. Okay, let's empty the pump basket here. We always want to check every single one, and this is our main pool pump right here. We got our Pool RX in there, and so, you know, this pool is below grade. Once again, the reason that this check valve for the jet pump is plumbed the way it is, and it's very high, that's because we're below grade. Look at all the shutoff valves. I don't know if you can see this with the low light with the GoPro, but anyway, let me do my NASCAR pit crew imitation. Yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know if I can do that twice. That's why when I'm doing this, I'm gonna clean the pump basket properly, make sure there's no worms or anything in there. Make it properly clean, then we'll put our Pool RX back in there, which needs to be replaced. So here's what I do. We have an egg timer here, and so this is all timing. I'm gonna hit the pump, and before it starts sucking, I'm gonna take the pump cover off and put the basket back in. Check it. Didn't spill a drop. Okay, so now so we're not in service mode. I just have egg timers on every single pump. So I hit them all here. The pool comes alive. Okay, and I do this because, first off, everything is done on the bottom. The Pentair Rebel, I can see him working. I know that he's not clogged with something that's not gonna preclude him from working, whether it's a magnolia leaf or a mouse. You gotta make sure that that guy works, and I want to see him work. He's spinning around, he's doing his thing. So now we're 2 skimmers. I've already cleaned that one over there. This one, I like to take my restriction off to make sure everything flows through, and then I replace my restriction, and I'm gonna put this back and we're almost out of here. Okay, so still need to brush all the flat surfaces. My homeowner has a super long, well, He has this that he leaves here for me that I can use so I can access the grotto. I do not keep a pole on my truck that's this long. Wow, see how windy it is? Anyway, now I have run the pump for long enough, so now I'm going to go back to the equipment and kill the pump, and then I'm going to brush it up. Okay, we are out of here. It is now after 9 a.m. so this pump is running, and I think what it is between half an hour and 15 minutes for all these different water features. We have a slide, we have waterfall number 1, we have waterfall number 2, and we have the booster pump from the spa, but the regular pool pump makes that spillway work like that for the hot tub, excuse me, the spa. Anyway, Santa Ana winds. It's real, but we're out of here. Yeah, okay, so we're here at our cluster of 3 Jandy pools, and you know, last week I put these things over here, and this week they're in the pool, in addition to some plastic bags and other stuff like that. Anyway, let's just chem it up, clean it up, and then we'll move on. Okay, let's take our chems. Yeah, it's always bugged me that return line right there that you're seeing. See the air that's coming out of that? Yeah, this is a brand new pool. That shouldn't be happening. But anyway, I'll look for the leaks at the pump basket or something like that, or the pump cover. So we have plenty of ORP. In fact, I would normally turn it down, but not this house. This pool gets used, and when it does get used, they drain all of the chlorine. And so, okay, 2750. I don't mind that. That's actually raised from last week. I think it was like 2400. And so it's cold. It's definitely still cold, and I don't think anybody's swimming. I think maybe we're using the spa for sure, but anyway, no big deal. These solid state Jandy pools, they keep themselves clean. We got a little rain the other day, so the pool level is a little high, actually, but I'm going to leave it. There's absolutely no rain in the forecast again, and I think we're good to go. Okay, Santa Ana conditions right on our doorstep here. I mean, Ducky's blowing around like he's a sailboat. But yeah, I mean, it cleans up, and once again, at the time that I see the pool getting dirty as I'm cleaning it, that's the time to leave. I usually spend no more than a half hour, except if it's the project pool. I spend no more than a half hour at any location. And these types of brand new pools, I should be getting these done in all about 12 minutes. So let's open the pump basket here. Put it in service mode. Empty our pump basket. Check on our Pool RX, make sure he's doing okay. Make sure he's free of any schmutz. So anyway, we'll get everything out of our pump basket. Put our Pool RX back. And then, here, that lock, there it is. Put it back into auto mode. Hear that relay? That's our main pool pump relay clicking. Now I'm going to borrow a little bit of water from the spa so we prime up quicker. Once again, there should be a check valve here, or else I wouldn't be needing to do this. I mean, seriously, how much does a check valve cost? I don't know, between $65 and $95. Put it in here, builders. Put it in. Okay. So we're primed up. We're looking good here. All right, moving on. Okay, we're here at stop 2 of 3 in our Jandy cluster here. Things are looking pretty good, as they always do. Very dusty, as all our pools are. Santa Ana conditions. And we're up here, quite on the hill here. And this pool needs a filter clean. I'm going to be doing that on Monday. This water has been in this pool for roughly, I don't know, 3.5 months. And yeah, it's time to do a filter clean. No one's really even been swimming since the pool filled up, just because of the season. Okay, let's take our chems here in the deep end. I'm gonna try to shield the camera from the wind noise, but once again, here we go. Our pool is getting dirty as we're cleaning it, so. And this pool has a ton of chemicals in it. You can see numbers 2 and 3. Our pH is bang on. No one's swimming. Perfect alkalinity, and I wouldn't say low cyanuric. It's right there in the low part of ideal. So okay, let's. I've already cleaned it up. I'm gonna brush it, and we'll move on. Okay, we are cleaned up here. There's plenty of chems. I added nothing. And yeah, the pool's getting dirty as I'm cleaning it. All of these horsehair and anything that's in the sky is coming into the pool here. So I've already cleaned it up. I clean it one time, and if it's getting dirty as I'm cleaning it, that's time to move on. Okay, here we are at stop 3 of 3 in our Jandy cluster. And yeah, it's like it's a pool that's been exposed to Santa Ana winds. Let's see, have we had any more intrusion of the red dirt here? No, it doesn't. Looks pretty good. In fact, this is as clear as the water will ever get here. And not that it's not clear, it's very clear. But yeah, we're good. Let's take our chems. Okay, let's take our chems. Let's get our test strip here. And yeah, I've mentioned before that this pool goes through lots and lots of chemicals, and I'll tell you what, that's as much as there ever is here. Yeah, kind of like that infinity pool that I have on tomorrow on Friday. Very similar. Let's see. Wow, perfect salt. So like 3,400 salt. Slightly high pH. I'm not going to add anything. Maybe next week I'll add some muriatic acid, if and only if that pH creeps up any longer. But right now, let's clean it up. It's chemmed up, and after this we got 2 more to go. Okay, so one of the things that I do to keep this pool clean is brush into our return. So I have been to the equipment, and you know how I said, oh, has there been any red dust in here? Yeah, there's been a ton. We got some rain 2 days ago, and this pool ended up getting some rain. Yeah, this is pretty frustrating. I don't think you know, this is no homeowner fault. This is just you know, bad design here. We gotta, come on, there needs to be this cheek wall. Just should have continued off the whole, around the whole spa here, and then, you know, it's a better seating. But you know, we can't just build everything and anything we want. We all have to adhere to a budget. I'm sure even Elon Musk has to adhere to some sort of a budget. So anyway, I don't know if you can see this with the GoPro, but this is all going right into the return, just like we do at the spool. So yeah, but there's just a lot of dust that gets in this pool because it's not necessarily on a hill, but it's right next to a hill. And that hill, whether it's raining or not, there's going to be a lot of dust that comes into this pool. So that is our challenge. And since this pool got so intensely thrashed a couple weeks ago, you know, it needs a filter clean too. So here we're gonna run low on our tap. I think actually I'm gonna let it ride. We're gonna just see how we do there with that. Okay, so let's brush the rest of the pool and we'll be out. Okay, we're done here. Wasn't too bad. Just a lot of dust, which means a lot of brushing, and that's okay. But the water is looking pretty good. The spa is, once again, we brush in like we do at the spool, right? So when we do that, I take the actuator and I go spa suction, right? The actuator, not spa mode. So when I do that, it draws the spa down. So before I leave, I got to make sure that we see our spillway again. And the way that I do that is by going pool suction, spa return. Okay, so it would be like a spillway program. But seeing on my way out of town here, on my way out of this residence, I'm going to put my actuator back to pool suction, pool return, because right now it's pool suction, spa return. Okay, so we're here at the equipment. I want to make sure that our actuator is going back to pool suction, and it will be pool return, right? Our spillway is working over there, right? And that's what we need to see before we leave this residence. Okay, we're here at our second to last pool, our first pool ever. And it's looking good, much better. I actually have already netted it. There was some stuff on the surface. Not really sure. I think since we had a little more rain, yeah, there's probably a little intrusion of whatever it is. It's whether it's the paver sand or whatnot, but it ends up here on our little mini Baja shelf. And you notice that there's, well, I don't know if you can see that, but there is nothing on the floor of this pool. The Pentair Rebel, the white two-wheeled Pentair Rebel. I guess there's only two-wheel Pentair Rebels. There's not a four-wheel version. But there is the blue one, and then there's the white one. This is the white one, and does a pretty dang good job. All right, let's take our chems. Okay, let's take our chems. I was just interfacing with my homeowner. I delivered some cinnamon buns that my lovely wife had baked, and Gary graciously not supposed to use people's name, but anyway, he thanked me for them, and I really appreciate his business and the ability, the opportunity to work on his pool for so many years here. There he is. There he is. He's still kicking and screaming. We almost lost him, but he's not going to go that easy. Okay, we are done here. Yeah, I am kind of out of breath. I'm double timing it, but I am not forgetting anything. Yeah, this pool has plenty of chems. It's a little dusty, but anyway, I feel good about this. Let's move on to our last stop of the day. Okay, here we are, last stop of the day. I was just interfacing with my homeowner. What a nice guy. So check out our water. Our water is very cloudy. And check out our Pentair Rebel. He's barely moving. So these are all telltale signs that it's almost time for another filter clean. Okay, so we have had a ton. This has been a different kind of winter here in San Diego, and so we've gotten a lot of extra water, a lot of unchlorinated or unsalted water like this pool. And then, like I said before, this pool gets used, okay? And every week I come, there are absolutely 0 chemicals in this pool. So I'm gonna add, going forward in the summer, I'm probably gonna add a tab floater to help supplement the sanitization of the salt cell, right? So we don't have good salt right now. We're a little low on salt, like all my pools are, but we're gonna wait for another 15-degree warm up. So it's gonna be like 75 degrees for 2 weeks before I add any salt. It just is not a good investment to add salt during the winter. So yeah, anyway, I love this pool. With all of its challenges, it does stay clean. It's not solid state, meaning that I don't, you know, when I show up, it's not always perfect, but heck, you know, it doesn't take me too long to clean this up. And so anyway, let's do our chems. Okay. Let's put our leaf canister back in line. Let's get all the air out of it. Put this end in and our suction end in. Okay, we're good to go on that. So I was just speaking to my homeowner, and I took the chems in front of him and I showed him that there is never any chlorine in this pool week in and week out. So yeah, and that's the same is true today. So we have no chlorine in the pool, like a perfect 7.2 to 4 pH. Alkalinity is good, and our cyanuric is, I don't want to say low, but it is definitely not high. So we'll probably add a tab here in addition to adding a gallon on the stairs and in the bar. Yeah, that's a lot of chlorine for a winter pool, but yeah, this is what this pool needs, because like I just had a conversation with the homeowner, and he said, oh yeah, my 13-year-old son and my 10-year-old daughter were both swimming in the pool. And it's like, wow, those kids are animals. Okay, so that's cool, no problem. Let's make sure to add the requisite amount of sanitizer. Anyway, I am gonna net it again here. A few things have been flying in the pool. Santa Ana winds. You know, some of the things I really enjoy about this job is I actually like netting. It's kind of, I don't know, like a game, in the sense that I can just I can net everything up. I rarely have to vacuum any of my pools, and yeah, that keeps me moving on. And I have a great work-life balance here with this job. I absolutely love what I do, and I love the people I work for. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you're working for somebody else and it's just not doing it for you, maybe it's time to go out and work for yourself. It's not very hard. I can teach you guys everything that I did to start my business, who to talk to, where to go. You know, you're going to need a business license, you're going to need insurance, and I'll just share my experience on what has happened with me. And if you guys enjoy that, please feel free to give me a like, and share this with your friends. If you got some friends that have their own pool, please don't hesitate to tell them about the Angry Pool Man. It is my pleasure to serve you. And I'll tell you what, this is I'm having such a good time doing this for you guys. Anyway, I'm just gonna, the pool's a little cloudy because it's so low. And yeah, this pool's like kind of already in summer mode. Yeah, you can tell how much there's been so much chlorine put in this pool over the years that, you know, that should teach some of you people building pools, like, well, what are the materials that I want to use? What are the colors? How about, you know, using white on the tile line? We can see here that using black on the tile line is, you know, it's going to look great for your first couple of years, this iridescent tile and everything. But usually I find that they have very poor glazing and that they kind of lose their luster after not a very long while, only a couple of years. So anyway, I'm gonna finish brushing and then we're gonna move on. Okay, check us out here. We are done, and we're done for the day, and I feel good about this. I added a gallon of chlorine, and I'm gonna add 1 tab to the skimmer here before we go. I still have yet to hit the pump basket, but there's never anything in here because of the leaf canister. Once again, go ahead and buy yourself a leaf canister if you don't have one. It'll actually save you on filter cleans. So we got a lot of dust here, and I mean, it's continually getting dusty as I speak, but I can't do anything about that. But this pool is super clean. Everything is brushed. It's sparkling. Like I said, we added a gallon of chlorine, so it's still a little cloudy, but I don't mind that. In 2 hours, 3 hours, this pool is gonna look absolutely perfect. And so that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. If you found any value in this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you could comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. It's free. So anyway, and let me know what you guys want to see. It's been my pleasure to serve you. This is the Angry Pool Man signing off.